The significance of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve to St. Kitts and Nevis and the inhabitants of the communities forming this region will be focal points over the next few weeks in St. Kitts. Biosphere reserves are areas of terrestrial and coastal ecosystems promoting solutions to reconcile the conservation of biodiversity with its sustainable use. St. Mary's Biosphere got its designation by UNESCO Man and Biosphere Program in 2011. The focus now would be to improve the visibility and branding of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, highlighting its importance to its residents and wider community. Marquisa O'Loughlin, National Man and Biosphere Coordinator for St. Kitts and Nevis, recently attended a training course for coastal and island biosphere reserve managers on Jeju Island in South Korea. She now seeks to impart the knowledge gained there to St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly the communities forming part of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve.
The St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, we are a part of the world network of island and coastal biosphere reserve, and that meeting was a very fruitful one. Some key themes discussed were climate change as it results and how it affects biosphere reserves, and as well as sustainable development practices, things such as ecotourism, eco-education, and climate change matters were discussed, as well as marketing and branding for island and coastal biosphere reserves.
But what comprises the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve?
The St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve is a part of the world network of Biosphere Reserve that's a part of the UNESCO flagship program, which is called the Man and the Biosphere Program. The Man and the Biosphere Program is a simple concept. It's a way that man or human beings can live peacefully or cohabitate in unison and in balance with our natural environment.
Ms. O'Loughlin explained what will be happening in St. Kitts and Nevis over the next few weeks as it relates to this project.
So going forward, similar to some of the very same themes that were discussed in the 6th annual training course for Coastal and Island Biosphere Reserve, we are going to do some of the same initiatives, and this is all in an effort to increase branding, marketing and awareness of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserve, as well as empower our people and the residents of the St. Mary's Biosphere Reserves. And those are people within the areas of Keyon, Keys, Canada Estate and Otley's Village. And we're going to engage them in several capacity building programs, including craft, how to be tour guides, training them to be tour guides, and giving them a better understanding and appreciation of the area in which they inhabit.
St. Mary's is one of the first biosphere reserves from the Caribbean and serves as an example of village participation in efforts to preserve the outstanding mosaic of natural and cultural landscape values.